What's up everyone, welcome back to the channel. So in this video I'm going to be giving you guys the follow-up system that helps close more deals automatically without sounding pushy or annoying or desperate. Most people don't suck at sales, they mainly suck at the follow-up. And the crazy part is that 80% of the deals closed happen after the initial conversation. However, most people quit after that first text, that first email, or that first call. And then they say, that lead wasn't interested anymore. No, it's because you didn't stay in the game long enough. The difference between beginners and killers in business is not talent, it's consistency. The highest people paid in sales understand this one thing. Money lives in the follow-up. Money lives in the follow-up because timing beats persuasion. Sometimes the prospect doesn't need more convincing, they just need more trust or certainty or the timing to change. And if you're still the one following up, then you win. Here's people's biggest mistake. They think if the lead wanted it, they would have bought it. But that's not how humans work. If people are busy, distracted, scared, and overwhelmed, out of the whole month, your prospect could want your service and not respond for like 2 to 3 weeks, right? And it's not because they hate you, it's because life happened. Professionals understand the silence does not mean no. Usually it means not right now. All right, so let's jump into the follow-up framework, speed. The first rule is the speed matters. So what do I mean by speed matters? If a lead comes in and you take 4 hours to respond, that lead is already gone. The companies that are making the most money are moving the quickest. The faster you could capitalize on an opportunity, the faster you could get to that W, right? The second step is having a multi-channel follow-up system. So you need to have almost like an omnipresence, text, email, social media. I think one thing that's underestimated is having a piece of content that's personally curated for somebody. It does take a little bit longer, but if I made a loom or a little small like stream video for a company, for that person that I'm trying to sell to, and actually take the time and consideration to niche it down to their needs, it builds a lot of trust right away. Someone will be extremely unresponsive by email. I'm not like that, but they'll be extremely responsive over like an Instagram DM, and then they'll take longer to respond on email. So sometimes reaching out on social media like LinkedIn especially, I feel like you'll get quicker responses, but you just have to feel out the person and how they're comfortable communicating also. And that's kind of the point. Step 3 is you're going to want to add value every follow-up, all right? And this is where most people become annoying, but here's how you kind of step around that. Instead of just like sending the message, I'm just checking in, you're gonna want to follow up with something that increases certainty. So what do I mean by this? You're gonna want to send a testimonial or a client win, or you could include the video that I just talked about, like a personalized video that's more curated for that person, right? Every single follow-up should be you answering the question of why should they trust you. Here's a simple follow-up sequence you could steal. Day 1, call, text, email. Day 2, send a testimonial. Day 4, send a value tip. And then on day 6, call again. Day 8, send another case study if you can. And around day 10, you want to create scarcity and urgency. And once you get around to that 2-week mark, day 14, you want to have a breakout message. The breakout message is essentially the breakup message. That's really what it's called. Usually this happens when someone gets busy or they solve the problem a different way. Totally fine either way. I'm going to close your file for now. And there's tons of deals that get closed this way. You'd be surprised where a lot of people jump on the opportunity of like, wait, you're going to close my file. What does that mean? And they look further into your services. They respond. Now, this doesn't work every single time. Obviously, speed and also volume matters, but having that follow-up sequence is what's going to get you closer to making that win. We went over speed, volume, follow-up sequence, and now we're going to talk about automation because this is one of my favorites. The real money comes in when you're able to run the system automatically. So one of the things I did recently was I created a small lead search engine, and it was able to scrape Apollo's information and have me acquire companies that I could reach out to. So it's a little bit weird because when you're searching for companies, it gives you a score on exactly which ones are the best to contact, but it'll also recommend the best services to offer those companies. And just adding little side projects like that, we're able to build a lead generation platform. It helps a lot in being able to acquire the customers. So definitely setting reminders. That was something that I recently did. I set like a little schedule of reminders just so I understand when to follow up with the platform, when to follow up with making content, and then when I have time to actually follow up with customers. Most deals are not lost because your offer sucks. They're lost because you left too early. If you're somebody who's able to follow up professionally and consistently without emotion, you will already instantly beat 99% of your competition. If you want more videos like these, leave a subscribe on this channel. It helps the channel out a lot. If you guys are interested in starting a business, comment it down below. And what are you struggling with currently when it comes to sales and or building a business? Thank you guys for watching. I'll see you guys in the next one.